What is going on, Toronto Raptor brothers and sisters in the Raptor Nation? This channel is all about being a Raptor fan, and I've been a Raptor fan since day one. And since it is November 11th, Remembrance Day, first, obviously, let's honor all of our fallen, anybody that has served in the Canadian Forces in the past, present, or future. We give you much love. We have much respect, and lest we not ever forget. I hope I didn't use a double negative there. You know what I mean? We should never forget anybody that is willing to sacrifice themselves to help maintain our freedoms as Canadians. And also, let's be honest, it was the Brooklyn Nets that we were playing today. So, who really gives a crap? I mean, okay, I was a tiny bit worried in the first quarter when we were down, but we went on a 7-0 run to end that, and we started the second quarter 5-0. So, it's pretty much in hand. So for the third quarter, as the Raptors were just pummeling the pitiful Nets, the embarrassing Nets, the sad Nets. And oh, look at that. We got some new Raptor gear in the house. Nice. Sorry, I just wanted to flex that as part of my Raptors Day remembrance video because I thought we would take you through memory lane or down memory lane, or my memory lane. At least this channel is for Raptor fans. I have been a Raptor fan since day one, and I was going to show some of the historical games, memorabilia, tickets, and things that I have. But actually, what has happened is I am now in a panic. I'm in a major panic because I went through, I have, a bunch of, and you guys can see some of the collectibles here. You can't see off camera. I've got a couple of, little storagey things. I have my ticket holder because I have been a little bit of OCD, I suppose. I've been collecting my ticket stubs for many, many years. Since I was this size. I'm not 100% sure I have that game ticket. Oops, sorry, I should be pointing at myself, of course, right there. 1986, Jesse Broadfield, 40th home run. I know that has nothing to do with the Raptors, but I'm painting a picture because let's start with, check this out. Going down my Raptors memorabilia. This is from the 1994 year when the Raptors were first introduced into the league. You can see my little certificate of authenticity there. I believe it says something about Spalding's the official ball of the NBA and blah, blah, blah. And this is given to the Raptors in 1994. Yes, one of 1,000. I was born in Toronto. Not that you care. My brother was born in Vancouver, so I got a Toronto Raptor one. And my brother got a Vancouver Grizzly one, which, who knows, maybe that one's worth even more now that the Vancouver Grizzlies don't even actually exist as a team. But the other thing that I was doing was I was going through my Raptors tickets. And my plan was to show you some important games, that I've actually attended. I think I've mentioned this one before. Here's one that brings back a lot of fond memories. It is from, can you see that? Yes. The Chicago Bulls game. As you know, the Chicago Bulls this season, the Raptors' inaugural season, 1995 to 96, they went 72-10. That's right, 72-10. They only lost 10 games. And who were one of the teams that they lost against? That's right, this game right here. The Toronto Raptors lost this game. Oh, sorry. The Chicago Bulls lost this game to the Toronto Raptors. I apologize. 109-108. Now, yes, it was only a 1-point game. And in fact, I was there. I remember it. Jordan missed a shot at the end. They could have won it. But they say that Mr. Michael Jordan was out partying. The Toronto Raptors were a new team, but Toronto is a party city, especially if you know what I'm saying, for some of the Americans that were coming up here for the first time. And now it wasn't Jordan's first time, but it was a Sunday after a Saturday. And I do have somewhere in here, I found the Bulls ticket for the other game, and it was like a Thursday or something. So, Wednesday wouldn't have been a great party day, but Saturday, oh yeah. And the word was that Mr. Michael Jordan was out, shaking his booty a little bit and maybe having some booty shaking. So they lost. So anyway, that is that game. Pretty exciting. Then I got a few other ones. I got some playoff tickets, some old. Well, actually, this one's pretty cool too. New York Knicks. This is season 2, November 196. I think that says, but embarrassingly, without my glasses, I actually have no idea what it says, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was from when I looked at it earlier. I got some funky old playoff tickets. I thought I might even just show, some of the old ways they used to print the tickets. Here is some other ones. Now, again, these are just random because I was looking for something specific that I'm going to get to in a minute, which I will explain why I'm having a panic anxiety attack. But, that one's pretty cool. Actually, I thought this is always cool too. When I was a ticket collector, I always loved when I was able to get a few of them still stuck together. This one's from what, 90? Oh my gosh, they put the year so low, 2016, so not that long ago. But hey, these are all, collected from my collection. Some Milwaukee Bucks. This one is from 2015. We got a Pacers one. I mean, check out some of the prices on these. Jesus Lord, I had somewhere I got some platinum ones with some access. I think they were like $400. It's ridiculous. Here, this one's $249. I think that says. From Oh, come on, what is the year? Why do they got to put so low? Oh, that one's 2008. I got two of those bad boys. I got a bunch. I got a stack here. I got a stack, but I'm getting to a point. I'm getting to a point. So I'm going to flash through just a few of these to show you again some of the old. Look at that, Andrea Bargnani. Jesus, what a bust. Remember when we drafted that dude number 1 overall? Sad. That's not a cheap ticket either. There, 281. Oh yeah. Somewhere I got some court sides in here. I got some sweet. I've gotten to sit in some sweet seats over the years. Some from 2010. But again, I got older ones. What is this bad boy? Oh, just from the year 2000. Starting to get back in the day. It's always sad when I was looking through my tickets and found a little nub that got torn off of another ticket. That sucks because I do want to keep them in the best position possible. Here's another one from the inaugural season playing against the Boston Celtics. It's kind of hilarious because these are Shoppers Drug Mart seats that were not the best. Let's just say that. But hey, I was in the building. I got to see the game. It was still as good of a game from where I was sitting as it was for anyone else. This is from '09. Look at that. Funny enough, with go watch the Malice in the Palace, and you'll see what happened to that dude from that video. What have we got going on here? And I swear I'm not going to just show you guys tickets, but some of them are pretty funky. This one's 2001. Look at this sad one, Chris Bosh. Oh, lame. Thank God that guy's gone. Here's 2008. Anyway, I got some older and some newer, some funky ones, but I'm getting to a point here, like I said. So let me maybe just flash through some of these. Oh, check out this one though. I did try and pull out some interesting ones. Look at that. Cops Coliseum, Toronto Raptors. There must have been some sort of a conflict at the Sky Dome. And so they're playing. Oh man, you can't see that in focus. Oh no. Oh, I hope that worked. My stupid light is like reflecting off of it there. But yeah, this is a legit game that actually counted, and it was played in Hamilton at Cops Coliseum. And look at that price. Prices weren't as high back then. $26 for that seat. And look at that. I got 3 of them. Somehow I was able to convince 2 other people to go to that game with me. Thought those were cool. 2007, 2005. I'll rattle through these quickly. Some of them I can't even read because, like I said, I don't have glasses and they put it so flippin' small. But here's some funky ones. This is some kind of Kyle Lowry being honored, but in 2016. Oh, no, what is that? Oh, no, 2012. Kyle Lowry was a Raptor for that long? Wow. Anyway, yeah, Lowry. So I thought those were cool. 2007. Here's some 2006. Okay, yeah, here's some other funky ones, and then I swear I'm getting to a point. This is let me see a year. 2002 against Pistons. Again, funky. Here's an Orlando Magic. 2001. Yeah, here's some other funky ones that I was trying to show you from the Sky Dome when the Raptors played in the Sky Dome. So this is 96. Oh, wow. So this is still inaugural season. This is the Bulls game that I was referencing that sadly the Bulls won. And you can see there it is a Thursday, right? Look at that. What a steel trap memory I've got. So yeah, not as much of a party day that time. We got the Detroit Pistons also inaugural season there. Pretty cool. This one's the New Jersey Nets, straight out of Jersey. So look at that. We're playing the Nets tonight, the Brooklyn Nets. But here's the New Jersey Nets against the Raptors from Skydome. Pretty cool. I got a couple more. San Antonio Spurs. Wow, man. This one, what does that say? March 2nd, I think. Pretty funky. Orlando Magic, December. Yes, this is 95. Inaugural season. Pretty cool. You see that Raptor that they brought back. Now, what I wanted to show you, actually, a couple of things that are stressing me out because, here, sorry, I got two more for some reason. I can't even read what this one says. It's faded, but it's something about the Raptors also. Now, this is where I was getting stressed. I believe that these are my courtside where I actually sat. I don't have a court on here, but no joke. The basketball court, I was like at the the seats, the two seats just to the side of half court. It was ridiculous. And my little baby daughter was there and she got on the camera and let's see, it's a busy day. But here is why I'm stressed. So I found these. I've told you. I was at the first ever Raptor game. Okay. First. And I got a few of these here to kind of prove it. Oops, are those upside down? No, that one's upside down. This one's not upside down. Now, here's where the stress comes. And what I was going to ask you guys is, did I do the right thing? So this is, I'm a purist. I'm a purist. Always have been, always will be. I wanted to keep my first ever Toronto Raptor tickets, okay? Now, here's the weird part, is I have all this stuff because what you could do with your first ever Toronto Raptor tickets, if you so chose, was you could send them away for this, okay? You could send your ticket away and they would send you back this. And as you can see, I had full out ability to do this. But I really felt that that would not be true to the ticket holders, the ticket collectors, the people like me that I actually, few and far between back then, were hanging on to ticket stubs and keeping them. Now, this is where it gets weird. I felt like I did the right thing back then, not trading my tickets for this little placard thing that was going to show you. And yeah, they say on here they were going to give you your actual seat number and you'd have it on this thing. But I said, I'm not down for that. This is BS. This is like fake collectible, created by the man. I have the real ticket. I have the actual ticket that got me into the game. And then you were supposed to include this little thing. Please include this with what you send in to get your lame fake collector ticket. So I thought it would be cooler, I thought, I didn't necessarily think I was going to be on YouTube doing a video many years later about it, but I thought when I'd be telling someone like my child, my grandchildren, whomever, that, see, look, I actually have this stuff still. I kept it all those envelopes, and actually I have a fourth one inside that kit that I showed earlier, but there's no reason to show it because I'll get to the point in a second. So yeah, I was going to show this off. I was going to show this off. I kept all these things. I kept the actual envelope that you could return to get your other ticket back to. A piece of history. I have the actual envelope. Nobody else has that. Anybody that has that little collector thing, they don't have all this stuff because they had to fill this out and they had to send it in and they had to pay or do whatever they had to do to get whatever it is they wanted as their collectible. Now, here's the part where I'm freaking out. I don't know where the tickets are. Where are they? My plan was to get on this video when I started thinking, oh, it's Remembrance Day, and that would be a funky video to go back in time and reveal my Toronto Raptor first game ever tickets to my audience. I'm almost at 100 subscribers. I thought it might help bump me over, which by the way, please, if you haven't subscribed, I'm like at what, 92, 93, something like that. I need 7 more to get to 100, please. I never thought I'd get to 100. If I can just get to 100, that'd be great. But I digress. I do not have the tickets in any of these envelopes. None of them are in these envelopes. None. Zero. I checked. Believe me, I checked. And I checked back into my, so you could even see I was wearing my sunglasses because I was freaking out. I was looking at every single ticket going, where are the tickets from the first ever Raptor game? Then I even extra freaked out because as I said on here, I think these are my ridiculous courtside seats. And I was going to show those. What is going on? Where are they? I don't know where they are. And I'm kind of panicking. If you can't tell, this is all legit. I do have an even more precious ticket box than this little thing. Okay, this is like my ticket container, ticket holder. It's got a ridiculous amount of tickets. I have other tickets even behind you can't see, which would be fantastic to show one day as well, but mostly other sports. Some Grey Cups, some Super Bowls, funky special on-field type stuff that I got to participate in. Then I have this other box like I was referencing where, I have the first ever Sky Dome ticket in there. I just saw it. It's actually still there. I went and checked this box even to see where my Raptors tickets are. They weren't in there. There were a bunch of Bills seats in there. There were some or tickets. There were some cool, like memorable lifetime stuff. Like, my dad taking me to Michigan Wolverines game. That ticket's in there. The first ever opening ceremonies of the Sky Dome, that's in there. They actually gave you a little keychain that was like a replica of the ticket as well. I've got that in there. I've got all the pins from the first, game at Sky Dome in there. Some other exhibition stadium baseball tickets and things like that that are, a little more precious that I'm trying to keep. They're in there. You know what was not in there? My Toronto Raptors first ever game tickets. And now I'm panicking of, did I put them in the display cases that are over here? I looked quickly. I didn't see them. Now, I did see a bunch of other tickets, and it took me way too long to set up the decorating in these things, and maybe I'll get them on video here or something at one time. It might be interesting. Let me know in the comments if you would care at all to go through some other sports memorabilia and paraphernalia that I've got hanging around, but oh boy, I'm not kidding around. I lost my freaking first game Raptor tickets, I'm afraid. I think they might be in a program, and I've got a stack of programs down at the bottom. Anyway, I'm gonna have to do some work. I'm gonna have to do some recon. I'm gonna have to do some digging to try and find these things. I have no clue where they are. And what I'm absolutely the most petrified about is back in the day, I lost a ton of money this way. We used to like keep, dollar bills and things like that, assuming that they were going to be worth money. And to keep them flat, we'd stick them in the sets of encyclopedias. And then I don't have a clue where the encyclopedias got, put. I moved out. My parents moved a few times. Lord knows that the encyclopedias got sold off to somebody. And it's very possible that I put those tickets inside one of those encyclopedias or some other book like that back in the day, and they're just no longer in my possession. So that was way too long of a rant about some tickets, but I hope you can empathize with me and, cheer me on as I try to find them. I can't say that it's going to happen tomorrow because if I did turn my camera around, you'd see there's a tiny bit of a mess going on in here with some things moved around. We were going to move, then we're not going to move. So some things I'm kind of got packed and they are being unpacked and moved back in. So again, I'm hoping that like I found the Raptor tickets back then and I went, you better not destroy these or lose these, so put them here, but I don't know where that is. So Raptors had a good game. Raptors won, just to recap, 119-109. Brandon Ingram, nice to have a guy in the final minutes that we can go to. I don't love to see the ISO, but once in a while it is a reality in the NBA, and you need a guy to get you a bucket. He seemed to be able to do it. Manuel quickly on a nice little streak of, I think he had his highest points of the season tonight. Was it 23? Oh my God, I don't want to. Nope, 24. And he had 21 or 22 or something like that the other day against the Phillies. So yeah, Raptors on the right track. Seeing some videos of people starting to realize that maybe they're half decent. They're starting to straight line them for victories. They think they're going to get north of 45. I believe that I predicted that or higher slightly in my first video of the season. So let's keep it up, Raptors. Let's keep cheering on the Raptors, Raptor fans. This is a safe space. This is a safe space for Raptor fans to go if you want to celebrate the victories or commiserate in the losses. And I hope you will all commiserate a tiny bit with me in the fact that it's slightly possible that I'm an idiot and I lost my freaking inaugural game tickets. I'm hoping not. I have a little bit of like I said, an OCD in myself that I probably just put them some ridiculous place to keep them safer than safe. And then, I'm sure you've all done that. You don't remember where that place is, but I'm hoping that I can find them. And if I can, in over the season, again, I hope it doesn't take me that long, but I'm going to try and dig them out, and uh, hopefully they will be presented on this channel at some point this season. Anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Sorry, I know it was a little bit off, but Remembrance Day. Think about anybody that you've lost in any past, or if you've got family members that served. Heck, you could put their names here if you want in the comments so that other people can see them. But if not, just at least understand that we all are thinking about them today. And I hope we all had a moment of silence. And if you haven't, maybe you could take one now. Mr. Beast for President. And we'll see you kids next time. Thank you.